Hello everybody and welcome to a game called Reforj. It's made by the little chappies at 4J Studios and we're in pre-alpha at the minute, so I thought what I'd do is check it out, see what the game's like. I have never played it before, so I'm pretty excited. We're gonna go play tutorial. Do I want to do tutorial? No. Not really. Okay, let's name the world Squidland. Yeah, that sounds about good. Random seed. So yeah, it is a procedurally generated open world survival game. That's pretty much all I know about it. So the first half of the video is going to be me checking out the survival, seeing if we can in fact survive, and then we're going to jump in creative mode, and old Stampy boy is going to give me a call, and he's going to walk me through how to actually use the building controls, because as you can probably tell by this menu, we're not working with just cubes here. So I'm pretty excited to see how that pans out. Ooh, what are you? A little chicken dude. I like it. Okay, so we can punch. Okay, this is our little dude. I feel like he does need to eat something. He looks a little bit thin at the minute. So we can use RT to whack him, or whatever we do. He's kind of like Force. We're not exactly punching him. It's like I'm shooting something out of my hand. We've got caves and ores. Now, obviously, the only thing I've got to really compare this to is Minecraft. So it's going to be interesting to see how we can actually get, like, you know, sort of resources around the game. Because as you know, in Minecraft, there's a progressive system to do with the equipment. You got to kind of build your way up to get certain ores and whatnot. There we go, just made 3 chickens. Feels good, man, feels good. But so far, it's running pretty nice. Running smoothly. You can see loads of different biomes in the distance. We've got a little icy land over there. Can we swim? Can we take a dip? We can. Can we go under the water? Oh, look at the waves. That's interesting. Bring, drop. I guess that's drop the item. Remove, sculpt, craft, jump, wingsuit. Wingsuit? What the hell? We got the elytra straight away. Okay, we can go underwater. I think that was just the waves lapping me up in the face. That'd be kind of cool if we can go underwater. Be a good idea to put like resources underwater and stuff like that. So we can mine the blocks. Like so. I'm guessing it's literally just like this to... Yeah. Can we use our wingsuit? Oh, we did a little bit then. Okay, let's go down. Let's see what kind of resources we have available. Seems we got 2 prisoners there. Ooh, this is a big cave. Can we get these? Okay, we can. What's this? Iron nuggets. Oh, it's a big boy vein, this. Okay, I probably should have really done the tutorial and learned how to craft things. But you know what? I do like that about games. I do like just jumping in and just kind of checking things out for yourself. Oh my god, I can't get out of here. I'm stuck in the cave. Inventory. And then crafting. Okay, here we go. So we've got all the different types of trees. And we've got tools. A stick and a basic torch. And then we've got cooking and smelting. Can we just craft like a cooked meat? Okay, we can. Kind of weird. How am I actually cooking it? Am I sitting on it? What's going on here? Extract Aurora from array. Alright, so we've got the basic stuff. I wonder if I can flood the cave. I wonder what the kind of the mechanics are with the water. How far does the water travel? Is it still going there? Ooh, it looks like it's running out and it's dry. Nice. Okay, we do have water physics. That's pretty good. Woo, shiny. Got some mushrooms. Are these edible? Moonshrooms. Extract aura from the Orium. Okay. What do we need that for? I don't know. I'm trying to learn, guys. Only if I'd have done the tutorial. Then we may have some idea. Oh, there's a chicken stuck down here. How tragic. We better put him out of his misery, haven't we? Sorry, mate. Sorry, bro. Sorry, dude. Thanks for the chicken. We get aura every time we kill something as well. This game. We get points for killing things. It's great. I really want to test out the wingsuit. What I might do is we might just quickly nerd pole up and see how far we can get. Apparently there's another mob in this. So we've kind of got the chickens massacred, and then we try and find something else. So one of the things that Minecraft hasn't done, and the games that I really like playing are games where you can kind of make your own vehicles. As you guys know, I've spent ages and ages, hours upon hours on Scrap Mechanic, and I really enjoyed actually like the Lego Fortnite, because you can make your vehicles in that. Now, I wonder if I can convince the boys at 4J Studios to implement vehicles, because I would absolutely love that. Get ourselves some little flying machines and speedboats. Maybe we need a little bit of practice with the wingsuit. We just kind of did a bit of a nosedive there, straight into the drink. Also, you know, boats with the waves. It's pretty much a match made in heaven, let's be honest, isn't it? Ooh, that's a big ravine. It's a big boy ravine down there. Yeah, we've got different types of trees. I like the orange ones. They're birch. I think they're birch trees. Kind of looks like lollies. Weird seeing like spherical objects in a blocky game. Your eyes are like, no, wait, something ain't right. This isn't how it's supposed to be. But then you do get these nice mountains and surfaces, so I guess it does work. Kind of would like to try again with the wingsuit. I feel like we're going to do it in first person this time. Here we go, boys. Oh, we need to pull up. We need to pull up, Captain. Whee! Oh, yeah. We just needed to pull up. It was an invert. Who plays an invert? I don't trust anyone that plays an invert. Weirdos. This is a cool little mountain. This would be a great spot for a midnight launch. A midnight flying to the sunset. Oh! And we've come across a creature. And he seems to be stuck. Sucks to be you, mate. He's going, he's burrowing. Where's he going? Where you burrowing to, mate? You, he's just disappeared. It's not, that's cheating. Is he gonna come back? He's literally just gone underground. Never to be seen again. Look at that, it looks like they're listening. Look at that view. Now it's probably time to introduce the wingsuit. I don't need teaching. Professional. Here we go, boys. Take a leap of faith. Jump. And you make sure you pull up. Whee! Yeah. I like the wingsuit. It does feel kind of end gamey. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, for an alpha, everything, there's no real bugs. Everything runs smooth. I can't wait to see what else they're gonna put into it. Let's go and talk to Stamps. See if he can make me into a decent builder. Right, guys, we've switched over to creative mode now, and we've got a little special guest joining us who's gonna walk us through how we actually use all these tools, because, yeah, in survival, I didn't really play around with it too much. But yeah, what have we got?
Yes, it's well, if you switch to creative mode, I just automatically join your game. or I just speak to you through your head. That's the way it works. I just show up anytime someone goes to creative mode.
Introduce yourself. Who is this guy?
Oh yeah, I should probably say hello. So yeah, I'm Stampy.
He's 4J Joe now.
Chance on the Squid channel, people will know. But yeah, the reason I'm here for this is because I'm helping kind of some of the development for this game on like the design side, so I'll kind of know a little bit more about it to help Squid Nugget out. Yeah,
so what are you doing? What's your main like job? Do you just go in and say, look, place a block there, mate, that's wrong, and you know, do you...
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, that was literally no. So so I'm mostly on the design side, but I also kind of help out with like the community stuff as well. But it's kind of like I kind of bookend the design process. So I do a lot of kind of coming up with the ideas, writing up design documents, and then a lot of testing.
Yeah.
But then the actual like implementing of things, like, you know, I don't have the technical skills to do that. Yeah. So it's kind of a lot of the early iteration I'm involved with.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, right, talk me through then. So, I mean, one of the things in the survival mode that I saw was like aura. So I haven't done the tutorial. I wanted to go in just blind, and I was scratching my head of what the aura is.
Yeah, so aura, basically the idea is it's in all living things. Okay. And you're kind of from like a colony called Gatekeepers, and they found a way to kind of extract and use aura to power devices. So the idea is, and there aren't many examples yet in the game, but for like all of the machineries and stations that you build will be powered by aura. So you're not using like fossil fuels, you're not using coal and oil or wood, you're using aura. And so eventually you'll be able to get it from pretty much any living thing. So you're going to get it from food. There's aura berry bushes in the game you can get it from. If you kill a mob, they'll drop it. And then there's also essentially like crystallized aura you can find in caves called aurium.
Yeah, I was struggling to say that. I was like, is it urim? Aurium? I couldn't. Yeah.
Aurium.
I was
how we
butchering
pronounce it.
Yeah, so you say like machines and that, what are we going to have? I said in the video, because I like games where you can build stuff, is there going to be any sort of, like, can I build like a boat or a car? Because I know you've got like physics, quite a good physics engine. Have you got...
That's a good question. So there will be, like, because you're from an already advanced civilization, like there will be, like, it's going to be more techie in some of the things that you can make. So you can have more, like there'll be more. It's not like what we have with electricity, but they will have like a lot of equivalents of it. So you could imagine like their ranged weapons will be more advanced. Even like the tools for like cutting down things, you're not going to be using like sticks and stones to make an axe. You're going to be using an advanced tool, but it's powered by aura, so it's going to be kind of different to what you'd expect on like real life Earth. Yeah, but is there going to be some sort of like tier system? Like I know Minecraft obviously start with the basics. In this, is there always going to be just like your hand aura to destroy stuff? Or are you going to have different stuff? The final form of what it will be is not in the game yet, and we're keeping quiet about kind of like visually what it will be. At the moment, we're calling it the mining bracer, which is kind of temporary, which is what you see when like you break something on the right hand. But you will essentially you will begin the game with that. You will eventually be able to upgrade it, and then the main thing you'll be able to do is modify it. And so rather than it being like, oh, I have like this tool, I'm going to get rid of it and have the better tool, you'll have a single tool and then you can switch out different modifications to make it either better at a certain thing for building or a better thing for combat, and then you'll be able to on the fly kind of switch out what you have like enabled. Okay. Like that. And are we going to have any sort of like vehicles or not? So there's been there's been builds with vehicles in, not of Reforj, but in the Elements engine. So we know the engine can handle them. There's been jets and boats and jets that can shoot rockets and blow holes in the earth. And so the engine can handle having vehicles. We haven't said 100% either way whether we're going to have them or not, but it's pretty likely. But it's not something we're currently working on right now. Yeah, I mean, I always think it's kind of cool in games if you can implement the actual mobs into some sort of movements. So say like, like you can get like a horse but because this seems to be a bit more mystical, the chickens and the roly stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? You could have creatures that don't exist, you can make them up and obviously use them for traversing. What I was also going to say is as well, to me, the wingsuit does feel quite endgamey. Is that? That's actually one of the things we'll talk today. So that's eventually going to be part of the progression. You won't start the game. Like basically, this isn't even like step one of the game. This is really like a thing for people to test, to begin giving feedback on as we iterate. So at the moment, you just start off with it. But that is actually going to be one of the things coming sooner than later, is it's going to be something you're going to have to work towards to get the wingsuit. Okay. All right, well, talk me through a little bit of building. So I want to change these. Say I want to change these. Yeah, so you kind of did it there. So you can just hold right trigger and then move to the side, and you'll do them all in a big row. So yeah, if you just do that. So you can do it way quick. You could also do that. What's gone on your stamps? Something's gone terribly wrong here, mate. What's going on? So if you click on one of them again, you'll break it. So if you go to sculpt something that's already sculpted, it will destroy it. So if you just click, it will break them away. And then if you put the blocks back down. Do I have to get rid of the triangle? No, just hold left trigger and then move to the side. Okay. And then so now you can see how the UI is. You see the red bit on the top? That's the side that's going to get broken away. Okay.
Okay.
And then so right trigger to sculpt or break away, and then left trigger to place. And so if you see in the bottom left, you can see that's the shape you're going to make.
Yeah.
If you just tap B, it will go back to breaking full voxels. So you don't have to, you can just do that really quick.
No, and what are these lock things?
So that's actually. Did you use that tool, the top one at all yet?
Yeah, well, I could see, but I didn't know how to do it. Like what?
Yeah, so you really didn't do the tutorial.
I didn't do any tutorial. I just went, yeah, let's just play. Let's just work it out.
So this is a tool. So this is meant to be, it's more for survival mode. It's meant to be for when you're mining.
Okay.
Basically, you could break 3 elements. We call them elements because they're not always blocks. If you're confused why I call them elements, because they're different shapes. So you can break 3 in a row. And then if you angle up and down, you can do it so it will do a tunnel going up or down, but it will also sculpt the top and bottom elements to make it a smooth slope so you don't like bang your head as you go up and down. So if you see there, imagine that you're going through a tunnel. You see there's a slope at the bottom and the top.
Yeah.
And you could even go like round a corner and it will make like an angle one round the corner as well. So it's really good if you're basically strip mining or if you need to gather loads of like a single material. It's actually, even also we sped it up. So it's actually slightly quicker than it would be to break all of those elements individually.
Yeah, nice. And is there going to be like energy in this game? Because obviously I saw like a health bar, but... Do you just like, is there going to be any sort of stuff or?
Yeah. There's going to be kind of more of those survival elements added in the future. So at the moment, food just heals your health. Eventually, there will be some sort of hunger or energy meter.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that I was actually pleasantly surprised by is like, just like how smooth it is. You know, like you get some alphas and you go in and you're like, this is just clunky. It does feel like a really solid base, like a solid, which is nice.
That's one of Paddy, who you'll know, who's the CEO of 4J and the director. Like that's one of his musts is like locked 60 FPS no matter what. And so we do that. Another thing I want to show for building. So if you go back to if you just tap B to go back to full block. Yeah, full blocks. If you look up above kind of where you've built
up there.
Just slightly above them, you can see you can place the blocks like above where you're facing. So if you just look up slightly above that, now if you press left trigger, you'll place it above it, and you could do that obviously going forward as well.
Does that work?
So it just
so
means
you can, like speed bridge.
Yeah. You can speed bridge. Yeah, hold it, and so now you can just go. You can even sprint and go even quicker. So obviously you can use that for traversal, but it's really good in survival because you don't have to like keep building loads of scaffolding around everything you're building unless you're doing something really big. And then
Reforj
the other thing is if you go...
Wars. That's what we're going to have in this. Look at this.
Yeah, I know. It'll make that really good. But also, if you go to fly mode, if you just hold left trigger and build, and then you can just kind of move in any direction you want, so you're going to make a mess of your lovely house here. So say if you hold left trigger and then just fly up.
Oh,
I think you hold right trigger.
Oh, yes. I like this.
And then now move. Yeah, now just keep holding left trigger and then move in different directions. You don't have to keep stopping building to re-angle yourself. If you want to like fill in a big platform in the sky, you can just kind of like move like forward, left and right to do it.
This is like hours of what annoys you in Minecraft and what you've changed, isn't it? It's like this is what sucks in Minecraft. Let's do it right.
And then you can even go diagonally. And so if you're in flying, it will lock you in the axis. So if you hold left trigger on one of the elements and then just push diagonally away.
What do you mean
keep holding left trigger, like keep building.
That's
like but just keep going. And you could, but you'll be locked in the axis. So you can stay just building diagonally because otherwise if you're playing a different game, you might have to like place a block and then place the one against it and then destroy it and keep going, whereas you can just do it diagonally like really easily.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. So have you stress test this like, with like the amount of builds and stuff, or
in terms of what?
In terms of like
things really big,
massive builds and like like loading into a chunk with just like a giant build. Does it handle it okay? When sometimes you can build something and it takes ages to sort of get going when you go into the area.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you just fly around the world, if you look at the horizon and see just how smoothly the terrain comes in, you never see like sections of the world popping in.
Yeah.
Like it all like very gradually appears. And so basically what it's doing is, because it has the seed, it knows the way the world was generated.
Yeah.
So all it's doing is saving changes that were made to the world.
Yeah.
So there's worlds like the 4J people have been doing a recreation of building Dundee in Reforj.
Okay.
And so they've built like this whole giant city, and that entire save is only 7 megabytes big.
Really?
Even though it's like, because it's like, so it's like done really, like that's kind of one of the reasons for them wanting to make their own engine and do the Elements engine, was to have like tech specifically kind of for this type of game.
Yeah, that's good. What? So you know how to obviously have a spawn point. Beds, maybe? Yep. Is that what you're going to use, or are you going to use something else?
No, so it won't be beds to set your spawn. It will be something else, and something that will be coming sooner than later, which hasn't been announced yet. That will be used for
waypoints.
Setting your spawn. And
would be a good idea, I guess.
What was that? Sorry.
Waypoints would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, that would be good. The other big one is doors. No doors yet. You may have noticed.
Well, I knew something was missing. That's got a bit of a draft.
I like making round doors and round windows.
Well, like
just
a
because
Hobbit.
It's like kind of really different. Yeah, no, I that was one of the things I built recently. I built like a Hobbit house.
Oh, really?
And it works really well. I did like those like long round like corridors that they have in like Hobbit houses.
Yeah, I need more time in this.
Well, also that UI, that's all like, they call it programmer art. So this is like the way this UI is here is kind of like a very early iteration, so it will be much clearer kind of what shape you're going to end up sculpting in the future.
Yeah, how do I get this?
So if you look down, and then you want to sculpt the bottom bit. So if you place it, right, don't break it until I say. That's it. There we go. That will do it. So it will break away the side where that little UI element is.
I mean, it's just one of the things. Once you spend more time, you get to kind of understand where it's going to be.
Oh yeah. You learn pretty quick, but we want to make it much easier for first-time players as well, so that will improve.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just weird seeing round doors and stuff, I think.
This has been my house.
It's beautiful.
I haven't actually seen the torches yet. Let me get some torches out, because I didn't actually get to craft one. An aura torch.
I was saying about with aura, yeah. So basically what these are is just one little tiny bit of aura that's kind of in a new material called noble glass. And so that just like emits a bit of light.
Yeah. Forge, these need to be on the wall, please. They're not floating. Come on.
So they actually use the same technology as all of the plants. So yeah, they will attach to walls much better in the future.
What else we got? So okay, I got a question as well. This is one thing that I couldn't understand. How come I was able just to cook the chicken without any heat?
Yeah, it's the same. You can smell iron as well without.
I didn't do that either.
It's just the smelting station isn't added yet. That's all it is. So we didn't want people to not be able to eat yet. So yeah, that will be another thing coming soon. And
we're gonna have character customization and all that jazz. Is this model gonna be it? Is this the dude? I mean, like no, like. And everything is subject to change. Yeah. So it's one of the reasons why we're showing the game so early. This is much earlier than you'd normally see any game. This is earlier than a normal early access. Is just so we can see what people think and get feedback. So it's really, as the day we're recording this is the first time kind of a very select group are going to be playing and giving feedback, but that's going to keep expanding. And so everything to do with the gameplay, the engine, the art is all subject to change, kind of depending on what people think. Rather than going away and like working on a thing for like 3 years and then saying, "Do you like it?" and people go, "No," and then we waste our time. We can involve people right from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a case of just filling the world out now. Just have. What do you want? What do you want? What's your Squid Nugget checklist? What would make you happy? What are 3 things if we added to the game would make you happy? 3 things. Well, I feel like there's always a story to be told, and I kind of like how you have to go somewhere on an adventure to get an item to bring home to be worth it. So I feel like you've got to make use of traversing the landscape. You can't just have it all, underground and you know what I mean? Like a certain area you have to kind of find would be nice. But again, I just like, I do like vehicles for you. If you want to add some sort of, Flintstone type vehicle. That'd be great. That's on my checklist. That's going to be tough. 3 things. Okay, you tell me your 3 things. What's your, and I'll have a think. What would you want to see?
I can't say my 3 things because I'll probably say something that we haven't announced yet and I'll get in trouble.
Well, people won't know until it's announced, so you're probably fine.
I mean, there's some things that like are obviously coming that I think are a priority, like things like a very basic form of farming, even at least for trees. At the moment, you can't regrow trees, and I'm worried players will just run out of trees. And then the other thing for building, one of the bigger limitations at the moment is, so you can sculpt those shapes, but there's no way to do like a corner shape. So say if you wanted to do a curve that goes at a right angle, you kind of can't really do that very well. Yeah, and you used to be able to. It used to be in the engine. There used to be way more shapes you could do, and you could sculpt things multiple times, and it could make cool looking things, but it was really fiddly and complicated. So that's why it's stripped way back. And so that's one of the things we're going to be re-adding, is being able to sculpt around corners. Yeah. And that's one of the things I'm looking forward to. That's one of the top things on my list.
Okay, well my top things are, I'm going to say, like the ability to tame an animal.
Yeah.
Okay, like maybe this dude, he'd be good at carrying my stuff. What
I
else?
love the way there's the little cute little bird, the kiwi they're called. You don't want to tame that. You want to tame the tunneler scout, which is hunting you down.
Yeah, where he could help you tunnel and stuff, couldn't he? He could be, you could set him a task to mine like 50 stone, and he could just go off and do it for you. That'd be cool.
So they're quite cool actually. They attack you. They're more aggressive depending on how much aura you have. So if you have no aura, they just completely ignore you.
You've just a low life. They just feel sorry for you. Leave him alone.
Yeah, Squid, if you got no aura, everyone ignores you.
What a jerk. He's already down on his luck. Just leave him alone.
But if you do, when they hit you, they take out some of your aura and steal it from you because they want your aura.
Oh, I've got an idea. How about aura capsules, where if you've got a build up, you can deposit them in a certain machine or a capsule. So if you're going out on an adventure, maybe you're not scared that you're gonna lose it all.
Yep, there is a design document for that exact thing you're asking for, so that's good.
Sign me up. Where do I come on, get me on the team. Third one, I'm gonna say a boss fight. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, of course.
What everyone wants to see. There's got to be a thing to aim towards. And that's in any game. I guess it's a kind of little bit, easy to say because everyone wants that. But, what should we do in the game? Okay, let's build a house and then go fight a boss. That's what I want to see. But
I think it's important for games like this because it's so open and, we're not telling the player what to do. I think for some players, having almost a suggested goal, they know there's a boss but they're not strong enough to kill it, is a good way to nudge people to the progression. So what we're actually going to have is eventually when you start a new world, you're always going to be next to a broken gateway. Yeah. And so the gateways you'll be able to build and use them to travel to new worlds kind of within one save. Yeah. And so say you build out this world, because these worlds aren't infinite, they loop. So if you keep going, this is almost like a globe. If you keep going in one direction, you'll end up back where you were. Yeah. But you could create a gateway to go to a new world. So say if we update the game and add new environments and new materials, you don't need to load up a new save to find them or travel hundreds of miles. You could create a gateway and then get all of the new stuff there. And then eventually we're planning to allow you to kind of customize the type of worlds you'll find through the gateway. So you could be I want a world full of volcanoes or a world with floating islands. You can kind of program that in and then kind of have a network of all of these different worlds through gateways.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds good. So you could do portals or stuff to other places. That'd be good. But yeah, this is good. I actually really enjoyed it. I guess once you get into the building aspect, you're just aware then. It just becomes supernatural. How many hours you got on this game so far then?
I don't know. It's weird because it's loads, but it's not playing. Or it'll be they want feedback on how the sprinting and jumping work. So I'll spend like an hour just trying to find weird cases and jumping off things at weird angles and stuff. So I mean, I began working on the game at the beginning of January 2024. So
oh my goodness,
well over a year now.
Jeez, you'd be living it then, won't you? It's in Stamps' blood. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for
one of the
checking out
things
the game.
actually before we go. Like, I like it when devs do updates, but they don't tell you everything, and it gives that player that sort of excitement to explore and let the community find bits out for themselves. So,
okay.
I don't know if that's up for talks, but that could be a cool thing because it kind of brings the community together. It gets people talking. It's not just, okay, here's a changelog of everything that we've done, and just go see go see stuff for yourself. It's like, okay, we've added these bits, but some bits you have to find yourself. And then, people in the Discord, or you get more of a community. People get to talk, oh, what have you found? What have you found? Or, do you know what I mean? It's a lot more exciting.
Yeah, it's like more of a surprise. You're discovering it rather than being like, oh, they've added this. Let's see if I can find it. But
yeah,
I know
exactly.
what I'm looking for. It can be a surprise. Yeah, it's an interesting idea. I'm not actually sure what the plan is for that kind of thing. So I'll bring that up.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed, guys. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we'll probably just periodically keep checking out this game with more and more updates. And it's good that we've got an expert resident on our hands now. So, you can come back and tell us more when it happens. Yeah, thanks for joining, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, guys. See you later. Bye.